stop. Hustle. Look, let's put some money up, you can't make mine stop. I'm hot, nigga, like a pistol off the dime block. Before you change lanes, you should check your blind spot. Cause I'll be right there waiting like a bike cop with my non-cock. And I'm so hot, all a nigga really need is just one shot. To the dome, you be gone and it's no more. I could kill him going faster with the slow flow. However you want it, I got it in for the low. Come get it, I got it, you got it good, nigga, go. I hustle, I bang, I do it all for the dough. It's all for the dough.
What's going on, all for the dough? It's me, Tommy T, and we have...
my name is Divine.
Divine. And today's topic, we need to know, the question is, if you was president, what would you do? What would you change? What would you implement? What would you take out? Everybody say they got their way on how they would run the country. But let's ask her, how would you run the country? What would be the first thing you do when you get in the White House?
I'd have to make sure that everybody's safe.
Okay.
According to nowadays news,
Yeah.
they're taking everybody away from their own mothers,
Yeah.
from their mothers, parents from their children. That's, if you really think about it, that's like killing a mother while they're still living.
Yeah,
the
take it away.
greatest pain goes for a mother and a child is losing that loved one.
Yes.
The first one, I'll probably bring back those children to their mother.
Mm-hmm.
Because being a president is not easy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people to see and help,
Yeah.
and you can't do all that at once, but you could try one thing at a time.
Yes.
But like, you know how they said there's this war that's happening in between? Instead of trying to make peace, they're killing one another. Then they'll
Yeah.
pin it on each other.
Yeah.
Instead of saying that they're actually both killing each other's kids.
Yeah.
So nobody's in the right in the war either. So I'll probably try to find a way to find peace in those wars.
There you go. That sounds good.
Because
So what?
right now,
Go ahead.
Trump is killing Iran, right?
Okay.
That means he just killed multiple children. Now he gonna think he did a good thing.
Yeah.
And then as soon as Iran do the same thing, Iran will just go say they're defending themselves. But they just did the same thing as Trump is doing.
Yeah.
So they're both just did the same thing. Both are counted in the same category. So nobody's better than anybody.
Yeah.
They both just did the same thing.
So by you being president, if you had a disagreement with another country, so what would be your solution or resolution to that problem? How would you fix that problem?
I'll probably try to find a way for both of us to work it out. Violence is never really the answer to anything. That
Yeah.
just starts a war again. I mean, we're not all raised in the same country,
Yes.
and we're not all raised the same. So maybe my tradition is not your tradition,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll still find a way to work it out. See if that works better for both of us
Okay.
instead of trying to fight over it.
So, question, like, you know, what was that war with Russia, and that was it wasn't corrupt?
Palestine.
What was it called? You might be right.
Palestine.
Okay. So when Russia went over there and invaded that country, and you see what Joe Biden did. If you was in that situation, you was in that position as the president, what would you would have done?
I'm more like...
When you're already telling Russia, don't do it. What's your plan?
I mean, then he did resort in attacking them, but like, I was still trying to find a way for them to stop instead of just attacking back.
Well, Russia, they wanted a part of their land back, where they were saying they had it back in the days, and when that Cold War, whatever broke out, that's how it got took from them. So they wanted it back. So
And the question would be, why do you want that land back? What is that going to change? It's not going to change anything. There's people living there already, and if we give you back that land, people that's there, you have to deport them somewhere else, right?
yeah,
And those people, that's like their home too.
yeah,
So instead of like us living in there together, you're trying to divide us instead.
yeah,
So why not like actually live together there?
yeah.
You might not want that.
But see, yeah,
It might work.
because Russia wanted to do they rules, which is dictatorship,
Mhm.
and then the other country don't have dictatorship.
Right.
So I think that's where a big clash was going to be. So, by you being president, now we know we have a problem with the homeless. What's your look or what's your plan to fix the homeless stuff?
Everybody deserves a second chance. You don't know why they're homeless, but that doesn't mean they haven't become a chance person.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know a person's life until you live that person's life. And mostly, all they need is just somebody to give them a hand.
Yes.
If you really like at least build like at least one house, but they all live there, clean their own, start finding a better job, and see if they become a better person. Because really, you can't change a person; they can change it themselves. But you gotta show them the way, though, if they don't have a way.
Yeah. Now, see, I'm like one of the people they call. I like to think outside the box on certain stuff. Like, if somebody sees something that look cut and dry, they're like, "No, that's what happened. I see it." But then I might think outside the box, like, well, how we know this didn't happen before this? So what I'm leading to is talking about like the homeless situation, right? So I'm like, everybody do have their own story to tell on what happened. So I was feeling if I was a millionaire or some of these billionaires that got so much money that they don't know what to do with it, I will go to different states, and the people that's homeless, I will grab some of the homeless people out, and I will put them in apartments, you know, for maybe 6 months, and I tell them you got 6 months to get your stuff together. You know, now after that 6 months, if you don't find a job or do what you need to do, now if you go back homeless after that, that's mainly on you. I'm giving you an out. I'm paying all your stuff for 6 months. So there's no reason you should have struggle with anything, you know.
But you also gotta understand people adapt differently.
Yeah.
Which means they're all also differently.
Yeah.
Some of them might not even believe that you're actually helping them, depending on what they went through.
Yeah.
Some of them just might think that you're doing it for yourself instead of for themselves.
Got you.
So it's more like you're helping them for those 6 months. But that doesn't mean you should also give up on those that are actually trying to help. But what if they actually have a hard time finding the job?
Yeah.
Or if it's not that they don't want to, or if it's really hard for them to find.
Yeah. And you know what I think Trump doing? Because like I said, I think outside the box. How Trump's sending some of the people back out of country that don't have their paperwork, green card or whatever. So now they got to leave them jobs that they had. So now if he's trying to get rid of people being on what is it called, the service to help with food stamps and stuff, assistance, I think how he's trying to get rid of assistance, if he's sending them people back that don't supposed to be here, right, that don't have their card, he's sending them back, so whatever they jobs they had is open jobs. So now the people that's on welfare, he take them people, give them jobs, so now they have jobs, so now he can get them off of welfare, which means now it takes down everybody's taxes, because you don't have to pay taxes to the assistant for food stamps and stuff like that. That's how I'm looking at, you know, he trying to do it. You know what I mean? But the jobs that the people came over and get, like the Mexicans, the jobs they have is the jobs that Americans didn't want to do.
Definitely.
So because you send them back, don't mean America's gonna take them jobs that's available. If it's a job, that job been there before they even came. They just don't want to do that job.
Right.
You know?
And if you really think about it, America, we all free to live here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
owns this land.
Yes. Exactly.
And they're trying to send everybody back who came here to find a life, and yet they say America is great. There's nothing great about America. It only destroys people.
Yeah, you know, they make it seem like this is the American dream to you know to live here and stuff, right?
I mean, it was great when Abraham Lincoln stopped slavery.
Yeah.
It was great when Martin Luther King was fighting for everybody.
Yeah.
But now, it makes me question, what is the whole point of America?
Say it again.
It makes me question, what is the whole point of America?
America.
It says America is the American dream.
Yeah.
It seems like it's the one that's destroying the people's dreams. So
Yes. Yes. It's like I think for people that's from people that come from other countries, I think it's the American dream for certain people that come from other countries, like Mexico, Cuba. Is American dream for them because, you know, when they come in, a lot of them don't get taxed. They used to not get taxed for 7 years. It might have changed, but they didn't ever get taxed. So by you working somewhere and making this money and not getting taxed for 7 years, that's a lot of money that you make, you know, versus the people that's born here, we gotta pay these taxes, you know. That's just like where they say owning a home is the American dream. That's a bunch of crap. They came up with that because a lot of people wasn't buying homes way back in the days because they really couldn't afford homes like that. So what it was it's the American dream if you can pay cash up front for that house. So if you end up seeing a house for $250,000 and you got $250,000 cash, you go to that bank, you pay that, that's your house. Now with that house, you can live in it or you can rent it out to make money. You can do whatever you want to do with it to make you some money now. Now, how the banks got it now was interest rate. So if I sold you that $250,000 house and you're going to be paying on it for 30 years, right? $250,000 at whatever interest rate it is, you almost going to be paying down there double for that house. That's not the American dream, you know, to have to keep paying this interest on this house for 30 years. You paying that interest for 30 years on $250,000.
Yeah, and they make it seem like they're doing you a favor.
Doing you a favor.
The one that's paying them double.
And the banks just fool people, say, oh, it's an American dream to own a house. But they're not saying it's an American dream to own a house if you paying for it up front. It's just like a car. Yes, American dream if you buy a car. If you can pay cash for that car and not get a loan for it, you good. But if you gotta get a loan from the bank, that interest rate, even if the interest rate is low and for long you having that car, you still had to pay them $3,000 for the interest or $2,000. You still had to give up money for that. You know, so it was a older guy told me. He said you should want to pay everything cash. He said because if you got it in cash, you can afford it. He said if you had to use a credit card or get a loan, he said you can't afford it, so don't even get it because you're gonna put yourself in debt if you don't use it the right way.
Right.
You know. So
I personally don't like having loans. I don't like asking for loans either.
Yeah, I get it.
I'd rather work with them over time for me to instead of asking for loans.
Yeah. So we almost to your destination. Anybody you want to say hi, bye to, hello? You selling anything? You cook, make dinners, cupcakes, anything?
I mean, I'm a self-taught actress though.
Well, let them know what you do then. We could have been talking about that the whole time.
I mean, you're into the acting industry, so I'm not really, I don't know that.
Well, tell us a little about it then, because we still got a couple minutes before we get to your destination.
I recently just started acting, but my mainly course at the moment is start acting on TikTok.
Okay.
So I can get my practice better before I jump into all that, because I don't know much about it at all.
So tell them how to follow you on the TikTok. So how can they find you?
You can. My name is Scar Girl on TikTok.
Okay. You said Call Girl?
Scar Girl.
Scar Girl.
Yeah, with scars and they just GAL.
Okay.
And that's it. You'll probably see a weird photo on it that has face covered. But yeah, that would be me.
That's good. So do an acting scene for me.
Act?
Yeah, do
It
something.
could be about anything.
Yeah, anything. Whatever you want to do.
Alright.
And action.
I always told you that. Yesterday I went to find my boyfriend. And you keep calling me and you start checking my location and you keep stalking me. I get it, I'm not a child now. What do you expect from me? I'm not a child anymore. I'm not 5 years old anymore. I don't fall down. You gotta let me experience the life outside too, Dad.
And cut. That was good. That was good. Give me some love. That was good.
Thank you.
Hey, keep doing it. If you're doing your TikTok stuff, keep doing it. Shit, you might have to get out of Grand Rapids to go get known.
Definitely.
You might have to go to California. You might have to leave and go to California. I mean, still continue doing it on TikTok, but you might have to go to California where everything's popping.
Yeah. Seems like it.
So you want to tell anybody bye?
Yes. For those that watched, thank you for your time. And thank you for listening to our conversation. We appreciate it very much. And please like and subscribe. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.